So I sent out a tweet yesterday where I said that young conservatives should not have to dress like they're going to the Model UN, which is a model version in school of the United Nations, in order to be taken seriously. And I got a lot of responses to this tweet, and the responses were not positive. A lot of people were saying, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to dress down? Do you want us to be sloppy? That's not how we do things in the conservative world. There was a lot of confusion. So what I'm talking about tonight is that young conservatives are blocked from appealing to young liberals. And what I mean by that is we're blocked from dressing and behaving the way that young liberals do. I think a lot of people assume that you automatically, if you're not dressing in like a mini suit and tie and a color block dress, that you're going to be sloppy. All I was saying with that tweet was that dressing like jeans and a t-shirt and Converse, you would have a better shot with talking with young liberals and having a discussion about socialism than you would if you look like you're going to go work on Wall Street. This word appealing is really important because we can talk as much as we want about policies, but if the right isn't appealing for young liberals, they're never going to even think about maybe joining us on some level. And the reason why that happens is because a lot of young people feel like in the conservative world, we have to dress for the older people in this movement. We have to have a certain way of behaving. I saw some young conservatives underneath my tweet about the Model UN trying to say, well, you have to dress to impress. Dressing to impress is different now. It means dressing the way you like and in a way that's respectful for the situation. It doesn't mean that you have to put on a suit and tie and a dress or a pantsuit. That's not what it means. So a lot of young conservatives feel blocked in so much as that they can't really communicate with young liberals the way they want to. They can't really go out there and dress the way they want to and talk about pop culture things because they're held back in a way in so much that the older people in the movement or even just people who are donating to their organizations tell them that there's a way to look. So in terms of appealing, that's our biggest hurdle. And a lot of young conservatives will say that privately but not publicly. So I know in response to this video, I'm going to hear from young conservatives who say, that's not true. It is true. You know it's true because you know what kids wear when they go to school, and you know it's not a suit and tie, and you know it's not a pantsuit or a dress. You know that's true. So appealing to young people means more than just talking about things that they care about, like student debt. It means looking like their peers. It means going out there and not being so bogged down by a standard set within the conservative world that you can't actually talk about what you want to talk about. Young conservatives who had a basic understanding of, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber would have a much better shot at going and talking to young people than young conservatives who have a great understanding of the Gulf War. That's just the truth here because there's an aspect of appealing. So just overall, understand that when we talk about style and when we talk about fashion in the conservative world, it does matter because if I was 16 and somebody came up to me dressed like they worked on Wall Street and started to lecture me about capitalism, I'd be like, you're too old to be talking to me. But if somebody came up to me and looked like I looked, that looked like a young person, I might think about having a conversation. We win more when we go to someone else's level. It's the same thing with the pro-life movement. When we're trying to be all like up there morally and we try to break down every moral conundrum, we don't succeed. But when we meet people where they are in their point of decision about whether or not to have an abortion, we are more successful. So understand that appealing comes down to appealing to people in so much that they accept that we're there for a conversation and not just a nasty dialogue. We have to have conversations, and we can't do that if we're judged right off the bat with how we dress. And that's what happens when we go into situations and we're dressed like color block dresses, pantsuits, and a suit and tie. That doesn't happen. Appealing has to be a really big priority right now. And that's how you do it. You appeal through knowing about what's going on in the world outside of politics and through looking like a young person. There's such an effort in the young conservative world to look like mini adults, and it just doesn't work. It's just a failure. And in order to get past that, you have to understand that just because we're changing our look, it doesn't mean you change your core beliefs. So understand that, and this actually links really well to my article for Freedomists about not owning the libs and how it's holding us back. So I'm going to link that below. You can check it out. And just remember that just because a young conservative is wearing jeans and a t-shirt and Converse sneakers, it doesn't mean they're less conservative. There's a very big middle ground. It's not business casual and sloppiness. There's a huge middle ground, and if we could find that, we would have a better chance at appealing to young people because they might actually believe we're young people and not just people looking for Senate internships. Thank you, everyone, and please like and share this and be kind in the comments section. I know there's going to be a lot of hate, but be kind. Thank you, everyone, and make sure to check out the article I'm going to link below. Have a good night.